What went right for Liquid?
I think in the end, a few good moments individually again. I think Nabil won, Nivera won a few good rounds, and soulcas won the last round for us. So I think in those clutch moments, we had like really good individual plays once again. So I think it's one of those key moments that we have in our team, that everyone is capable doing those good individual plays. So in the end, on those little clutch moments, those moments won us the game.
Before we got the news about FPX being unable to attend, obviously you guys were aware, you guys were on the outside looking in when it comes to this event. If you guys are free to talk about that, was there a possibility of potential roster moves given the shorter season this year? We've seen a few teams at NA do this. Was that something that ever even came up as a possibility?
Not for our team. Our team's like a little family. As much as like, oh, if someone was doing really bad, or if someone was like putting down like awful numbers and stuff like that, then okay, then maybe it possibly, but that never happens in our team. Like everyone has their own moments, everyone has their own roles and stuff like that. So there was never like a moment where like someone was going to be changed out before the event, or like before knowing that we were going to come to the event. So yeah, there was never anything like that.
What did you kind of expect out of XERXIA after watching them against OpTic yesterday? Did they kind of live up to those expectations or exceed them?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people got surprised, and I think that was completely bullshit what the OpTic's coach said, because they play really unbelievable, and we were even watching it, and we went like really high expectations to today's game, that we cannot like slow down even a single bit, or we get punished instantly. And as you saw, it was super tight in basically all maps. So yeah, like super good team and super fun to play against. Props to them playing really well.
Despite seeing XERXIA's performance yesterday on Icebox, Team Liquid decided to ban Bind. Could you tell us why?
Because we suck on Bind, like just historically, like if you check any of our history against any team, anytime, like we might win one Bind map or something, but like it's just one of the maps where like it's just a complete coin flip for us, at least it feels like. It really isn't like a strong map for us, obviously, and I don't think it's one of the ones where like we're pretty confident on every other map apart from maybe Bind. Like who knows, we might have something like cooking up in the works, but right now it's just not really like our strong map.
This one is for Jamppi. You and Scream and soulcas all have very diverse agent pools. You each play 3 different agents across various roles throughout just this series. Is that sort of flexibility something that you would suggest to other aspiring pro players?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. And as you know, in many teams they have the top duelist, so it's kind of, if you just play one duelist, it's kind of hard to go in the top teams, because like let's say every team has already the top duelist, and if you can play multiple roles, I think teams have more interest in you like going into them teams, because they can rely on you playing like different agents and not that one Chet or Race or stuff like that. So I think like playing at least 2, maybe even 3 agents is like super good, and everyone should do that.
I was just wondering kind of about the timeouts. Sliggy was really quick to call them. XERXIA got either around, or you guys had some weird eco thing. I was just wondering, in those timeouts, was he more trying to reset you guys' mental and reset the momentum, or was he giving more like set plays to do right after?
It's more like reassuring us about like kind of what we've already gone over like in preparation and stuff like that, more than like anything else. It's more like making sure that like we don't go off track, or you know, it might remind us about something else. And you know, like it isn't really like a because we never really mentally like get tilted by anything, so there's never really any resets. It's mainly just making sure we remember our preparation, remember like, you know, not to go too off track. And yeah, like that's mainly what he like told us in the pauses.
In overtime, you guys decided to run double OP. That was quite an unorthodox move. What were you thinking when you went for that shot?
It's just how we play on defense. I think in defense the double up is super good, and I think that round what we lost with double up was 5 versus 3 that we should have never basically lost. I think I got the entry, I think Nivera also got an entry, so I think that's pretty unfortunate, but I think it just works for us. There's not many teams that does double upping, so I think it's just a momentum base, and it's really good for us.
From at first not even attending this tournament to now being the first team to advance past the group stage into playoffs, you know, what does this second chance, this opportunity mean to the whole team?
Basically, it means a lot. Like at least before the tournament, I'm going to speak for myself personally, like thinking that like, oh, we might not have deserved to be here, or we may not have earned it to be here. Now that we're here, I'll just say that like obviously it now means everything. We know that we're here. Not everyone gets these opportunities, especially when you don't really like potentially earn them in the first place. So like now that we're here, like everyone knows it's like everyone's just focused on the win. Everyone's like mentally prepared to like try and take the win and stuff like that. So yeah, we're really obviously very, very invested in this tournament.
OpTic obviously struggled against these guys, but Liquid got over the line. What was the difference between those two performances?
You can take it into like 3 different things. It's like I don't think OpTic played particularly great. Like there was a lot of like whiffs and stuff like that. So like, okay, you could put on a little bit of that. XERXIA also played like a lot better than I think they ever expected. They didn't give them the respect, so they probably got caught off guard like a lot. And we didn't do that. We know, like, we was watching the game, we was like, damn, these are actually like, they're very good. Like there's not just because they're from like a different region. Just because they're from like a different region doesn't mean that you can't like respect them and stuff like that. So yeah, like we gave them the respect. We played them how we play any other team. We didn't think they played cringe comps like some certain coach.
Yeah, I think just the preparation mentally was like much more better from us.